I just wanted to touch on this class action lawsuit that's been filed against Cedar Fair. Now, if you're not familiar with it, what's going on is that a woman that now lives in Washington State filed in an Ohio court a lawsuit saying that she deserves her money back for her 2020 season pass. Cedar Fair is saying we have verbiage on our website that says that there's no refunds in that. So they filed for a motion to dismiss this case, and it was denied in a federal court in Toledo on Friday, April 22nd. Now, I kind of have mixed feelings about this, but what I don't have mixed feelings about is how Cedar Fair handled it. Cedar Fair handled this completely wrong. In 2020, when a global pandemic hit and people had their passes bought at the end of 2019 or before the season started in 2020, expecting to get a full year, whatever their home park is, or if they bought the Platinum Pass, they expected to go around the country and go to different parks. Those people expected that in 2020 and they did not get it. What a lot of you already know, Cedar Fair extended the 2020 passes into 2021. Me personally, if they would have said to everyone that had a pass, you get either a refund for 2020 or you get an extension, I would have taken the extension. No brainer, hands down, would have taken that extension, would have ran with it, a full free year of a pass that costs me $400 a year for me and Milo. But that's me. That's not everyone. I live where I've lived for years, and I'm right by Cedar Point, go to Kings Island all the time. It's nice and easy for me. Nothing changed for me. I'm going to be going to Cedar Point for years. But with this woman who lived in Southern California, Knott's Berry Farm was her home park. Now she lives in Washington State. That makes no sense for her. She should have been offered a refund. And a lot of people should have been offered a refund. A lot of parks didn't open, well, they kind of opened, like Carowinds and Kings Dominion opened for kind of what would have been like a Winterfest type deal, open later in the season with limited rides. Knott's Berry Farm had no rides. They opened up in 2020, but only for a food festival. I believe their opening date for like the full park with rides and everything was, I think maybe May of 2021. That's a long time because they closed down in March of 2020. So that's over a year. That's 13, 14 months or whatever. Now the extension for them just into 2021, that wouldn't have been worth it. So, maybe they would have said, hey, you know what, just give me my money back. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. I don't know for sure what's going to happen with this case, but my gut tells me Cedar Fair is going to lose this. And all of us, anyone that's watching this video, if you're a pass holder or were a pass holder in 2020, I think we're going to get a check in the mail. I think we're going to get some money. And unless we all go and take it back to Cedar Fair and go opening day to Cedar Point and say, hey, you know what, here's our money back, then Cedar Fair is out a lot of money. Where if they would have just offered a choice, refund or extension, then some people would have taken the refund and they would have been out that money in 2020. And I get it. It's hard for a company to say, hey, you know what, we take in all this money for these passes and this is money on our books that we have, and now all of a sudden it's gone. That's tough for a company. That's tough for your stocks. That's tough for your bottom line. But they had to have known that they made a lot of people angry. And the people that are angry weren't just going to sit back and do nothing about it. This lawsuit was inevitable. This lawsuit is going to go through. They filed for the motion to dismiss the lawsuit. It was already denied. I don't think that the judge that hears this is going to be too sympathetic with a multi-billion-dollar company that says, hey, you know what, we can't give $50 back to a person to prorate for their lost time, or we can't refund the whole 100 for a gold pass to some parks or 200 for the platinum pass. We can't give that money back to these people. They're not going to be sympathetic to a multi-billion-dollar company. Cedar Fair is going to lose this. And you know what? I'm not rich. I could use $100 or whatever I end up getting from this, but I know that eventually here, I'm going to get a check in the mail. And Cedar Fair is going to be out a lot more money now than they would have been if they would have just offered an option. So I get where these people are coming from. A lot of these people were offered a full year of 2020 and they were given either a partial year or they were given no year. And some of those people, for whatever reason, couldn't go in 2021. Or what some people are saying that reservations were so tight and so limited at some parks that they would try to go on a specific day and they couldn't. So, you buy a pass for an entire year and now part of the year is closed. And when they do open, you try to get a reservation, except reservations are booked up. And maybe that's like your only day off of work and school for the entire family. And so like plans get ruined. And Cedar Fair should have recognized this. And the fact that they didn't will mean that they're going to pay a lot more money, because I am certain that most people would have taken the extension over the refund. And if they would have just offered refund or extension, those handful of people would have taken their refund, and right now there would be no excuse. They would try to file a lawsuit, and then Cedar Fair would have said, hey, you know what? We offered you a refund or an extension. You took the extension. That's your fault. And they would have been perfectly correct. And the judge, I assume, would have looked at that and said, hey, that's perfectly fair, and thrown out the case. But they didn't. They didn't give anyone a choice, and that's going to come back and bite them. I know this is going to be a hot topic with a lot of people. I know a lot of people think that this lawsuit is stupid. I think it would be stupid if it was just some people that were like trying to get some money back when they didn't deserve it or something like that. But I think the people that would, like the woman that filed this, I think has a legitimate claim. And I think a lot of people that are upset about this have a legitimate claim. So it isn't cut and dry. Now, I would love to hear from everyone's opinions, anyone that thinks that the lawsuit's stupid, anyone that thinks like, hey, you know what? I wish that I thought of this. I wish that I would have been the one to initially sue them. And I'm upset because my passes didn't give me the value that I initially thought that they were going to give me. Everyone's going to have an opinion on this. And it's going to be a polarizing topic probably for the entire time that the lawsuit is going on. That's the deal. That's what's going on. If you didn't know about it, now you know. If you did know about it, now you have maybe a different perspective that you didn't have before. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Do what you do. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. It really helps out our channel. And we'll be back with another video and see you guys next time.